Okay, I'm gonna hit the record button now.
Okay, go ahead, Lee. Good evening, everyone. Let's call this meeting to order. I'd like to welcome everyone to the City Council meeting for Wednesday, January 5th, 2022. Let's rise and say the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible,
liberty and
justice for all.
Thank you, everyone. Mr. Clerk, would you take a roll call for us?
Yes. Councilman Scaringi.
Present.
Councilwoman Resnetti.
Present.
Councilwoman Riley.
Present.
Councilwoman Friedman.
Present.
Councilman Burns.
Present.
Councilman Strawn. Or I'm sorry, Councilman Scanlon.
Present.
And President Strawn.
Present.
That's all 7 present.
Okay, thank you. Thanks, Lee. Now on to the approval of minutes. We had 3 meetings. We had a business meeting, a special business meeting, and our organizational meeting. So I'd ask Councilwoman Resnetti to.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. President. I ask for a motion to approve the minutes from the December 22nd, 2021 business meeting, the December 28th, 2021 special business meeting, and the January 3rd, 2022 organizational meeting.
Second, Mr. President.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay. All right. Thank you, everyone. Okay, let's get right into our public comment. Everyone wishing to speak will have 5 minutes to address City Council on city issue. Please be respectful. Mr. Clerk, will you tell everyone how to participate?
Yes. So for those wishing to speak tonight via Zoom, please click the raise hand button and leave it raised, and we will allow you to speak one by one. Each speaker will be given 5 minutes to address City Council on city issues, and they should state their full name and if they live or work in the city of Binghamton. Currently, we have no hands raised, but if anyone would like to speak, please click the raise hand button.
Mr. Clerk, while we wait, did we have anybody mail anything in or email anything in, I should say, to the clerk?
No emails this week.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. President, point of information. I know in the past couple of meetings, thank you, sir. I know we've had a few issues with people who have phone called in, and there's a hand raising issue. So I don't know if we can proactively get ahead of that, but just as a general reminder.
Yes, there is one phone number dialed in, and I don't believe Zoom lets you do the raise hand thing. So I'll let them speak if they would like to. So at this time, whoever's calling in, I'll allow that person to speak.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Yeah, thank you, Councilman Scaringi. Thank you, Mr. Clerk. So how does that really happen? I'm assuming they can hear us, so just give them a second if they want to jump on. Or...
Okay. I'm ready to go.
Okay.
All right, you have 5 minutes. Please state your full name and if you live or work in the city of Binghamton.
Okay, I'm John Solak. I live in the city of Binghamton. Very distressing goings on in the city. Police Captain Corey Minor said that he would have something to say on the 27th regarding the situation at the Colonial and Dos Rios, and didn't communicate on the 27th or thereafter. Now, this bar cartel, this entertainment cartel, whatever it is, with tentacles into the student housing business, has got big problems. But the bigger problem is, what is the city going to do about it? You can't investigate your own members of your force if they're working. Now, I was by there this evening. One person was at the Colonial in a chef's uniform at the bar. That's all I saw. Nothing was open. The mayor has a mortgage on the building. The ex-mayor, the last mayor, Mayor Richard C. David, Claude David. So are we going to be a city of corruption? Are we going to be a city of insider deals? And perhaps that's the reason why nobody is coming here to do business. You walk up Port Street today, 8 years of Mayor David. Let's keep this in mind. When Juscelino Kubitschek was elected president of Brazil in 1960, he built the entire capital city of Brazil from blank ground, empty ground, to a sizable capital city. 41 months to build Brasilia. So what do we have after 8 years of Mayor David? Well, we have the Hamlin's CVS drugstore, been a drugstore for 100 years with two owners. It is empty today. His aforementioned bar complex, triplex there, is not operating. A bank was always on the corner of the Four Corners, the HSBC, Chase, First Niagara. There is no bank there, but however, there's a bank in Vestal, new bank in Vestal. So the downtown area is bleak. I was there for a couple of hours. It is very, very bleak and dreary, and it is not prosperous at all. There's a light pole out in front of your new, I guess it's going to be some sort of tap room, beer place, and the light's been smashed up by the people working on it. It's unhooked. It's teetering. When's it going to be replaced? The city gets a lot of money, never replaces anything when it's damaged. I don't know whether it gets insurance or not. So it's a year with a guy. He's a nice enough guy. You know, don't get me wrong. He's a nice enough guy. But he outlined his goals. Now, again, going back to a belabored point that I've made before, the delineation and the responsibilities of mayor are in the city charter. The mayor is to obey and do his work according to the city charter. That's the description. He mentioned 3 of the 5 things had absolutely no authority within the city charter of Binghamton. If we can stick to the city charter, if you can all stick to doing your own business as defined by the city charter, we will be a better and more prosperous city. But if you continue to go off the deep end and think you just because you're an elected official, your authority is unlimited, then I think we have problems. But right now, we have a corrupt city, a compromised city. And I call for you to expose this. We had a mayor that is, well, now he's up 3 days after. He's up at the state police complaining against somebody. Now, why didn't he do that as mayor? So all I can say to you is I wish you luck, but Binghamton is very, very tenuous. The debt isn't going away. $300 million in the sewer plant, $90 million ordinary. It has to be paid off or liquidated. Let's get back, as Mayor David did, to basics, except he didn't do the basics. His idea of basics was on a bed at the Red Roof Inn with a co-ed. So look, let's do a better job here, and let's get the police to issue some basic information. Glad to see
Your 5
that
minutes
the
is up.
reward went out, $5,000.
Thank you. Anyone else wishing to speak at this time, please click the raise hand button and leave it raised.
Okay, I've been watching the attendees. I haven't seen anybody else jump on in this whole time. So I guess if there are no other hands raised, we will move on to our legislation. If anybody comes on in the next minute or so, we'll circle back and let them join. But looks like it's been pretty steady with the 4 attendees plus the caller that just called in. So I think we're safe to move on. So we'll move on to tonight's preferred agenda. Would anyone like to pull anything from tonight's preferred agenda? Okay, thank you. I'll have the clerk introduce the preferred agenda items now.
Okay, so our first item on the preferred agenda tonight is introductory ordinance 22-01, considered in finance. And this is an ordinance to amend the 2021 Binghamton-Johnson City Joint Sewage Board budget to transfer funds for protective clothing.
Thank you. Does anyone have any discussion or any comments on this piece of legislation? Okay, Mr. Clerk, on to the next one.
The next one is introductory ordinance 22-02, considered in finance. And this is an ordinance to allocate American Rescue Plan Act funds for the YWCA of Binghamton and Broome County for the development of a new child care facility.
Thank you. Does anybody have any discussion on this ordinance? Okay, on to the next one.
Okay, and the next item is introductory resolution 22-01, considered in finance. And this is a resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement with the YWCA of Binghamton and Broome County for use of ARPA funds for the development of a new child care facility.
Thank you. Does anybody have any thoughts or comments on this resolution?
Mr. President, if there's no other discussion, I'll make a motion to accept the preferred agenda.
And I'll second that.
Okay, thank you. We have a call to question?
Call for question.
This is preferred. We don't need that.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Clerk, could you give us a full roll call on that preferred agenda, please?
Yes, Councilman Scaringi,
Aye.
Councilwoman Resnetti,
Aye.
Councilwoman Riley,
Aye.
Councilwoman Friedman,
Aye.
Councilman Burns,
Aye.
Councilman Scanlon,
Aye.
President Strawn.
Aye.
That's 7 ayes, 0 nays.
Okay, well, I guess we're moving nicely for our first meeting of the year. So we'll get deep into it here pretty quickly, but we'll take early in the year. We will go on to our communication from all of our colleagues, and we will start at the top with Councilman Scaringi, and we'll kind of move forward down the line as we go through each meeting. So, Councilman Scaringi, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. President. Just want to say quick hello to everyone. Great to see you again. Hope you had a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Please be mindful of your neighbors. It's getting very cold outside, especially the elderly, and watch your pets as well. And other than that, that's all I have. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Councilman Scaringi. Councilwoman Resnetti.
Thank you. No comments for tonight, Mr. President. I just want to wish everybody a happy new year. Thank you.
Thank you. On to Councilwoman Riley.
Thank you, Council President. Similar to my other council colleagues, I want to wish everyone a happy new year. As I mentioned before, it is our job to kind of continue to usher in the positivity and the change we hope to see for this community. There's still a lot going on. not to mention the COVID cases. You know, I myself crossed that line this past couple of weeks. And we just want to make sure we are providing the resources and the services we can. So shout out to all of our city employees who have been actively serving in the midst of all that's going on. Our code who continues to work. Now I can't even remember Tito's team who has been working with me on the illegal Airbnbs in the 3rd district. So we're walking through those as well. So again, my hat's off to everyone who is doing their due diligence to, again, work for our residents. And again, Happy New Year. Let's stay safe, get boosted, get immunized, wear a mask, and continue to social distance when appropriate. Have a good one.
Thank you. Councilwoman Friedman.
Thank you, Council President. Happy New Year, everyone. I hope everyone has been following their New Year's resolution so far, day 5. If you can get through the first few weeks, what is it? It's something like takes 3 weeks to form a habit. So
28 days.
How long is it?
28 days to make a habit perfect.
28 days. Okay, so 4 weeks. So if we can keep it up for 4 weeks, then hopefully we can integrate a new healthy habit into this new year. And speaking of healthy, I mean, like Councilwoman Riley said, COVID is no joke. We're seeing record-breaking numbers nationally and locally as well. So again, please get vaccinated if you can, get boosted, and be smart. Wear a mask. I'm not here to preach, but I do care about everybody in the city and across the country. So I hope that everyone is able to stay safe. That's one of my New Year's resolutions, not get COVID 2022. We'll see if it happens. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Burns.
Thank you, Mr. President. It's 2022. I'm looking forward to working with all of you this year. Congratulations again, Phil. I would like to thank Councilwoman Restinetti for her service last year. And I hope that hope we have a good year. I went to the mayor's speech. He gave a great speech, by the way, the other day, and it sounded very bipartisan, I might add. And I hope that that's the way we will work this year, and we can get a lot done for the city of Binghamton. And we all love this city, and I'm looking forward to working with y'all. So, thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Scanlon.
Thank you, Mr. President. I got to respond to Mr. Solik for 1 second here. I believe the Mayor David stated a couple weeks ago that the city police department was under investigation of the establishments downtown and moved it on to the DA's office. So I think it's a little misguided. The DA will make a decision. I'm not sure what that timetable is, and I'm not sure anybody is, but they'll make a decision there. So I think to go after the city here is not really, I don't think it really fits right now. So I'd like to wish President Strawn a good year. Congratulations and Happy New Year, everybody. And thank you, Mr. President. I'm done.
Thank you, Councilman Scanlon. I appreciate it. Okay, well, just a couple things really quick. Thank you all for your support, kind words. Once again, to reiterate, very thankful for Councilwoman Restinetti and her service last year. And I thank you all for your support. And I'm optimistic that we'll be off to a great start. I have several good conversations with the mayor and several good exchanges with Megan as well. I think she's going to be a great addition as the deputy mayor. I think she's sharp and she's right on point and very organized. So I think that's going to be a good addition in that position. I was not there, but I heard good reports from their first department head meeting. So that's good. And as Councilwoman Riley said, we have a lot of great employees at the city, which hopefully will make this, transition, even though it was, the mayor kind of jumping one office to the other, which obviously helped a little bit in that sense. But we have a lot of great employees down there, which we need to have a good continuity of government. So I want to thank everybody down there for their hard work and as much as it seems like it's just seamless, there's still different things, nuances, different expectations with a new administration. So they'll be dealing with some of those things. So we appreciate all that. Like Councilwoman Friedman said, just be extra vigilant. I don't think I've ever been trying to be more vigilant after 2 years than I am now. That's one of the reasons I decided to stay home tonight. Plus it's a shortage and I'm going to try to get down there for most of the meetings, but I thought tonight would be a good time just to stay here and do it. So please be vigilant and respect the people around you, respect the businesses that are asking you to mask up, whether you in your heart of hearts agree with it or not. It's a respect issue for those businesses as they face fines and penalties and other people's comfort level of being there as well. So sometimes it's tough, but I think it's a matter of respect for each other as well. So I'm optimistic for a great year. I like once again, thank you for the well wishes, and we'll roll up our sleeves and get to work. With that, I would like to take a motion to adjourn.
Motion to
So
adjourn,
moved.
Mr. President.
Second.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Have a great night.
Good night.
Good
All right,
night.
see ya.
Have a good night, everyone.
All right. See ya.